Hi, everybody. I'd like to read you a poem. I'm sitting here during COVID-19, and as you can see from my wonderful haircut, um, and I wrote this poem the other day as part of a high school reunion performance trying to raise money for local food banks. But I'd like to read it to you here. I've decided to entitle it Born Again. I was once a child of the universe, or at least the earth. This world of forests and beaches, restaurants and rock concerts, I believed the whole world was my home. Now, home is an electrified box, keeping me safe, as though drywall and 2x4s are my Starship Enterprise, protecting me from the terrors of the space outside where no man should go lest he be assaulted by the enemies lurking on every door handle, unwashed apple, or runny nose. Home is a few hundred square foot cocoon, inside which we watch and meme as though pixels on a screen can replace the fully embodied presence of loved ones. Will we transform, stretch our spiritual wings, and emerge as something more beautiful than what we were before? I'll never take a hug for granted, ever again. Every handshake is a sacred act. Every face-to-face conversation a divine blessing. This great global pause is gifting us with the opportunity to take a real hard look at normal, to gaze anew at this beautiful world, eyes refilled with wonder, and ask, what do we want? How can we share the unique wisdom of our own moment of being, like the emissaries of light that we are, like star seeds on our billions-year journey, spending our brief moment of fleshy existence on this blue planet? For what? Are we here in order to discover what vulnerability feels like? We are vulnerable to invisible strands of rogue RNA, which can bring the healthiest of us to our knees and then our graves. We're vulnerable to whether other people care enough about the abstractified us to limit their own individual freedom, as though there is any such thing as an individual. We're vulnerable to the whims of politicians and the police, the heroics of doctors and nurses, the steadfastness of those legions of workers who truly keep our society going, yet who've always been relegated to the bottom rungs of the economic ladder, while the privileged strive for their bucket lists and vision boards, imagining their success as their own, while forgetting the uncountable numbers of hands holding them up every step of the way. We're vulnerable to loneliness, to the strange unreality of not being able to congregate with our fellow earthlings, to break bread with our families, or even to pet a stranger's dog. We're vulnerable, most intimately, to the wet, sloppy reality of being water-based creatures on a water-based planet who need to squish close to each other in order to feel completely whole. May we never go back to the way things were. May we never return to the delusion of separateness that has been our collective suffering for so long. We have collectively forgotten that we've always been a collective, that relationships, community, and tribe are at the root of what it means to be human. May we humbly bow to each other's terrifying, naked vulnerability, that we may live together finally as a global family. May we be born again as children of the universe, or at least the earth, who remember who we really are. Thank you. I hope you're well.